Alright gang, we have another fun one here for you. This is Sultai Midrange, Sultai Control, Sultai Planeswalkers, whatever you want to call it. It has a lot of Planeswalkers in it. Couple of notables here. Playing Uro, trying to find another good shell for this card before that one gets banned. But this card it's a ton of fun to play, so we'll strike while the iron is hot. Another card that I really enjoy is Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I played this back when it was in previous standard, and there was Jace's Vryn's Prodigy and some other good cards, and man, it was a good time playing this card. So I'm hoping that this card's still also fun to play, but we'll find out. Another card that I have yet to play with is Extinction Event. We'll find out if this is better than Ritual of Soot. I've had zero experience with this, so we'll see if these odd or even effects come into play at all. And another thought here is Aether Gust. I'm not sure if this card is main deck worthy anymore, but we'll see. The format's wide open, so all right, let's go ahead and get into some games. Let's go ahead and slam some Uros. All right. So Uro was never really so much of it was never really like a ramp card. It was the fact that you drew the card. It was like it's a mid-range card is what it really is. So the fact that Growth Spiral got banned is that deck is different than this deck, than like most Uro decks, because Uro wants to be in mid-range decks. This hand is unkeepable. So this one's much better. This Aether Gust. We'll find out if it's going to be good, bad. You know what? I think that we're just going to get rid of the Aether Gust because we're playing against an unknown opponent, so it just makes more sense to get rid of that Aether Gust, not knowing if it's going to be good. Oh, look at this. They got the dog emote. So we are playing Mardu. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what they got. The Surveil is going to be really nice, too. Raise the Alarm. So the instant speed is probably more relevant. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that. Ooh, Uro on top. Let's... Actually, I think we're gonna bin this because we just want to hit our land drops, and Uro in the graveyard is still pretty good. Because next turn we're gonna Thought Erasure again to get that Woe Reaper. That's fine. So let's go ahead and Thought Erasure the Woe Strider out of there. Ooh, this guy. So other humans get 1/1. Or another human enters the battlefield under your control. Exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. Ooh, that's pretty good. So this is probably going to be a bigger deal, and we just need land, so we'll put that in the bin. Alright, so we really need to hit our land drops here. The neat thing about the tokens, there's zeros, and zeros is even, so it'll hit this 2-drop as well. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to shock this in an Extinction Event, and then we can eliminate the Woe Strider. So let's see here. I think maybe we'll just eliminate the Woe Strider to see if they play a 4-drop. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do that on their turn. So, because if they play a 4-drop on their turn, then it's going to be, we get an extra card out of this Extinction Event. So I think that we actually have to eliminate the Judith now. Yeah, because that's way too much damage. So if this was Ritualist, so we actually could have swept up his whole board. So right off the bat, it's not an upgrade, it's a downgrade. Aether Gust, this will hit some of their red cards, so it'll hit their Judas. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and name even. So he didn't sacrifice there because I pick even on resolution. So he didn't know whether, because if he sacks all his dudes, I just pick odd, then it kills his Woe Strider. So awesome. We can cast. We cannot cast, but we have a swamp in play. We have Cultivate now, though. So legendary human. So that's what the general guy. So that's just like a token creator. So we want a blue and a green here. So blue and a green. The one on the battlefield will be the green. We'll play the blue. Yeah. So we can play Uro next turn, which is good news. And then we have Aether Gust in case they play like another Judith. They're what? Looks like we got a land pocket there. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and cast Uro. This leaves Aether Gust up as well. So the Tamiyo can get cards back. So we want Krasis is probably like the only card we want out of this. So it's permanent cards, I believe. No, because we're in return to our card. So maybe we should have left Extinction Event in there. Yeah, we'll do this so we can surveil. That's fine. Ooh, Casualties of War. 1, 2. So let's see if we have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, man. Is that really going to do what we want? It's just going to kill a creature. Yeah, I don't think we care that much. I'm just going to bin that. We want something that affects the board a little bit more. So next turn we could either Tamiyo or Nissa. That's the Gralda Shrine that we knew about. Looks like he's making a 1/1 from this. Well, that's what his plan is. So let's go ahead and attack with Uro, get our 3 life. Fabled Passage into play. Well, now that we drew Teferi, I think we're going... So, let's see. If we go and get Forest from this, we should have enough mana to play Nissa and Teferi. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, so, blue, blue, and 1 Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. But we get to untap a land, so yeah, we can definitely do this. Perfect. Alright, there's the concession. Game 1 in the books. Uro Nissa, the tried and true. Alright, so we have Mardu. Mardu humans. Yeah, so let's just bring in some removal. Bring in the board wipe. And then we're going to get rid of our top end here. I do want to slam an Ugin at some point, so we'll leave that in. Tamiyo's a little slow. Narset's not going to do much in this matchup. And then we can probably shave a Thought Erasure. What are our other options here? I do kind of like a Teferi because we do need card advantage at some point. The Aether Gusts. Yeah, we want to take those out. So we can go ahead and put back in a... we'll put back in the Tamiyo. Alright. So I think that if that was a Ritualist suit, we'd have been in a better position that game, but we still did the odds and even thing. The Extinction Event still did some work. This is definitely keepable. This gets rid of all the early plays, and then hopefully we can hit something. So, ooh, okay. So let's go ahead. We can Thought Erasure on 2 if they don't play a threat. Well, even if they do play something, that's fine. Our hand is loaded, so go ahead and cast that Duress. I think I would take this Thought Erasure if I was in the good choice. Awesome Uro, so they'll let us play some lands earlier. There's some merit. I could have just played the Swamp there so I can eliminate anything they play. But the Extinction Event, I kind of want to get a little bit of value out of it. Ooh, that's a good one too. So let's go ahead and just cast Uro. We'll get the Fabled Passage into play. So you see how like the ramp portion of it's not really super relevant. But the fact that it basically won us the last game, gained us the 3 life because it's a mid-range card. So we want another forest here. This way, we'll search up the forest so I don't have to keep clicking through the prompts. And this is what? This is only a 3/2, so yeah. So we can name even again and get a 3 for 1. Well, not so much a 3 for 1, but 3 creatures for 1. I think that's probably what we want to do, just to slow him down. I mean, we're still at 20 because the Uro gained us that 3 life. Uro is so powerful. So we wanted even. Perfect. So with this, let's go ahead and get another island. And then we can Uro into eliminate. What do we got in our bin? Ooh, yeah. We can eliminate and if we draw land, cast. Target creature, yeah. So I have to put it on that, which is fine. This is converts 3 or less. So that's a 4. So we can phase this out though. We definitely want to play this. And he gets what, a 2/2 knight if it had a counter on it, which is fine. Protection from multicolored. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna eliminate that Woe Strider on his turn, so we're gonna cast this Uro. A little bit of life. Awesome. Alright, so another Teferi. This will be nice to basically time walk him a turn. Because I'll be able to draw and discard. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh man. Oh, thank goodness that's a human. So we can eliminate this Woe Strider. Oh, thank goodness. So so what do we want to do here? We need to cast a Teferi because we need to phase out that Winota. Let's draw and discard. We don't need the land because we're gonna eliminate that token. So we'll phase out the Winota, and then we can eliminate the Knight token. That's fine, since we have 2 Uros. So let's go ahead and eliminate this guy. And we can wait to see who attacks Teferi. If they both attack Teferi, we can just draw and discard. So, oh yeah, so we can just phase out this Lieutenant. Yeah, let's just phase out the Lieutenant. So we do take 5, which is fine. Right, we need to get this Uro into play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to eliminate this general. And then we can draw and discard. So we can discard this. Ooh, so probably this Thought Erasure. No, probably this. This is a tough one. Because we can play Thought Erasure and Nissa in the same turn. So we would definitely want the Krasis. I'm just a little afraid. They probably have some amount of removal. I can get rid of this Uro. Let's get rid of this Teferi. It's doing the least amount, so. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Those are soldiers, not humans, so we do need to worry about them for Winota. Okay, so he's got everything in play that's gonna that I got to deal with. Teferi's letting me cycle through some cards. Thought Erasure is not going to do anything anymore. I just draw another one. Okay, so we can phase out the Winota, so not too afraid of those triggers. We just need to get some other cards in play. So we can go Nissa into Cultivate, make a 3/3. I think that's what we want to do. Nissa into Cultivate, and then next turn we can play Krasis for a lot. But if we cast Krasis now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's only draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think we want to go Nissa into Cultivate. So we'll go ahead and Cultivate for a swamp. We'll put the forest into play. Alright, so we'll make this a 3/3. So we could attack with the Uro to get the 3 life, but I think I want to leave it back to block. Yeah. So we can phase stuff out with the Teferi. So we need to phase out Winota. Awesome. So they decided not to even attack. And now we really need out of all these cards, we need an answer to this Krasis. Let's go ahead, draw and discard. Discard the shock land. We can play just a gigantic Krasis, but we need a card to deal with the Winota. So, because they're getting 3 triggers off of it next turn. So if we leave 4 mana back, well, I guess so what we can do first is just cycle this Triome. Ooh, Ugin. Oh, man. So if we -4, that will get rid of... Oh, man. Oh, man. So we need to -5, though, for this Luxodon. Oh, man. So... yeah, we're definitely going to play this Ugin, and I think we're just going to -5. Yeah, because then we just have Krasis next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's go to combat. Oh, Extinction Event. So if we named evens, that gets rid of the token, Winota, Basri. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So even we're gonna do. Oh no, it was phased out. Oh, we needed it to not be in play. I forgot that it was phased out. Man, that puts a damper on things. Oh man, that really messes with a lot. Oh no. So we have to play this Krasis, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man, that messes everything up. Because it killed our lands too. Wow. Wow. I mean, if you wanted me to throw a game, here it is. So we'll play this for 1, I guess. Even messed that up. Oh man. This is what happens when you get tilted. Oh man. Well, I mean, I guess it was just going to block anyways, but we don't get to draw the card. Ugh. Alright, here, I need you to whiff. Bazar's Lieutenant. So they're both coming at me, so we'll just pick the biggest one. Man. So fortunately, I think we're like extremely far ahead still, so. So we can we'll just play this Ugin and crush. Oh, what a fool I am. I decided I wanted to play in hard mode. So let's go ahead and attack with the Uro because it's going to get exiled. Because we're going to -5, we're just going to... we're just going to do what we should have did last turn. Let's see if they probably block with something. Yeah, block with that and sack to the Woe Strider. Let's go ahead and make a 3/3. And then we're going to -5. Correct, yes, a 5 hits everything. Oh yeah, get him, Ugin. Get him! And then we can just cast this Uro. Another Uro? Yeah, let's just keep chaining Uros. We got enough cards to... they are legendary, but they might... There we go. Awesome. So if I just would have played the Ugin last turn, we would have won sooner, so... Alright, awesome. There's a game in the books. Look at that, we're at gold now. Gold tier 4. Alright, let's play another game. This deck is extremely powerful. The Nissa, the Uro. Alright, these cards are never good. It's like the time that it takes to flip it over is just, it's not even worth it. I think I have like 140 uncommon wild cards and like hundreds of common wild cards, so. Alright, let's see if we can not try and give the game away. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep this on the back of Extinction Event. So we can go, this is going to get Island. And then next turn we can go and get the, we can get another black source. We can cast Thought Erasure now. I think that's what we're going to do. Remorse. Interesting. So, as long as it's your turn, Rada has first strike. Just look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands from the top of your library. Rada gets +X until end of turn. So we have, I think Scavenging Ooze is a little bit scary, but this Agonizing Remorse. Yeah, let's just take this. We'll bin that. Give some more fodder to Uro, because this Cultivate is gonna get us the lands that we need to play these other spells. So yeah, Scavenging Ooze is fine. Let's go ahead and get an additional. What do we need? We need another blue or green. We'll just take the green. So hopefully they keep playing spells and they don't deal with stuff in my graveyard. He probably, you know, if he has a, he can play Stomping Ground, play Rada. He just has Mountain. You may play land. Okay, so we can. So let's go ahead and cast this Cultivate. We'll get another forest into, or no, we want a blue. So that's blue, blue, green, green. Okay, cool. It doesn't matter which one we put into play. So next turn, I mean, it's almost time to Casualties of War. I guess I should have gotten a swamp there. I want to play Uro and deal with the Scavenging Ooze in the same turn. So I think we're going to place Extinction Event on odds. Is what they have. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that on odds, so that way they can't play their I guess they could just play Chandra next turn. So let's go ahead and kill odds. So if we hit black next turn, we can play Casualties of War and get a bunch of stuff. What does Chandra then do? Ooh, Agonizing Remorse is good. That's actually pretty fine because now that gives us a chance to deal with their Chandra, because otherwise it's just Chandra and eliminate. So let's go ahead and Cultivate. Let's get our swamp in. I guess double swamp it is. Yeah, so if they, depending on what they do, we can Aether Gust away the Scavenging Ooze. It looks like we're not going to have enough cards because they're going to eat 2 out of the graveyard. Yeah, so we'll be 1 card short to play Uro and play from the graveyard and play it for its escape ability. But we do have Aether Gust if they try and play this Chandra. That's fine. They probably play the Bone Crusher. So that means that we can now, because that Aether Gust will be the 5th card. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to return the Scavenging Ooze to the top of their deck. We can Uro. Oh no, we don't have enough blue. Oh no. Man. So, what do we do? Do we just play this trying to hit another blue? Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I was trying to hit like a Watery Grave. Yes, there it is. So we're going to play this, pay 2. Very good. We'll play this Uro, gain another 3. They can eliminate it, which is fine, but they have to do it on their turn. And then we also have an eliminate, so. That's fine, and then we get to play a gigantic Krasis next turn. We'll tend to take 2 from this, but that's fine. So their turn's going to probably be play Scavenging Ooze, eat the Uro. So let's just go ahead and play this giant Krasis for, so 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 7. So we're gonna gain 3 life, draw 3 cards, which is fire. And we drew another Krasis, that's good news. At this point, what do we want? Uro is not gonna do much because they're gonna eat it out of our graveyard, but we do have Eliminate, so we can prep for that. That's fine. So the Chandra is not very scary. Well, I guess it does. It kind of pseudo draws them 3 cards. Okay, that's not very scary. So let's go ahead and eliminate the Ooze. So that puts us with 1 card in the bin. We can play the Narset. Let's see what we can draw. Okay, and the Aether Gust would be pretty good here. I guess we'll take it, whatever. So if we kill this card with the Extinction Event, I think that's probably just what we want to do. We'll play this to kill the Cheville. This is what odds. This is the event, so. Oh my goodness. Why do I think that was a 3-drop? Like I said, I'm just trying to give this game away. I'm trying to be courteous here. That's fine, though. This card would be terrible if it was a 3-drop. Yeah. Well, at this point, we needed cards in the bin, so there we go. So they can shoot the Narset for 2 and kill it with this with the Cheville, but I mean their clock's ticking for them, so because I'm about to play another giant Krasis, and this time I can play it for 8. Yeah, so let's just play another giant Krasis for 8. So I actually don't think there's any. Oh, awesome, there we go. There's just a lot of flying power in play. So the Aether Gusts in this matchup feel pretty good. We'll bring those in. The Eliminates, let's think. Yeah, we'll bring in the Eliminates. So maybe instead of maybe this Heartless Act is better. Yeah, let's bring in the Heartless Axe. And then I think maybe this Enter the God Eternals is going to be pretty good. Let's go. Let's shave 2 Uros because the graveyard shenanigans aren't going to be too helpful. Casualties, we'll shave 1 of those. What else is pretty weak in this matchup? let's go ahead. Let's get rid of the Tamiyo. And then, are we going to have a chance to play this Ugin? Let's shave a Nissa. Alright, there we go. We can't take the Ugin out. Ugin's awesome. So the hand looks playable on the backbone of this Cultivate. We can also play your Thought Erasure on 2. The rest is pretty good. So I guess we're doing nothing on turn 2. So let's go ahead and get Island with this. Island. That way, if we draw a basic, we can leave with Aether Gust without taking any damage. Alright, so Chevil's not very scary against our deck. So let's just go ahead and shock, or don't shock this in, because next turn we're shocking. We don't want to shock in just for Aether Gust. Okay, the rest. They're going to take the Cultivate. What do we got here? Yes, they are. Ooh, interesting. So, Uro. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just cast this Uro. Looks like they're missing land drops, so we want to try and punish them by accelerating. We have, what, 4 cards in the bin, so we need to get 2 more somehow. And then we can get this Uro in play. Did they miss another land drop? If they missed another land drop, I think I'm just going to Extinction Event for evens. Or if they play a Scavenging Ooze, that would be lit, because then I can get it with this Extinction Event, but he knows about it. Oh, no, so he can get the Uro. Okay, that's fine. So, let's go ahead and do this for even. And that way, if we rip a Fabled Passage, there we go. Okay, the land. Not hitting the land's got him, so I think we're in the driver's seat for that game anyways. Look at that. Already ranked up gold tier 3. Alright, let's go ahead and play one more match with this deck. The deck seems super powerful. I don't have a lot of updates to it. I do like Elder Gargaroth. Maybe that has a home in somewhere in this deck in the sideboard, maybe in the main. It just does a lot of stuff, and it has Vigilance and Reach too, and Trample. But Vigilance and Reach lets you can put a clock on them and also block with it. So I think it's such a useful creature. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on, give me something good. So far, this new format has been really fun. You know, I don't really like playing the ramp deck, so playing against them sucks. So it's nice to see that they got a nerf. I did really like Teferi though, and then the cat decks. It was a feel bad whenever you're winning or you're coming back, and then they just hit you. They incrementally hit you every single turn, 1 damage, 2 damage, and it just builds up, and then you lose. I think we can keep this. We can go Thought Erasure on 2, Uro on 3. Yeah, I think this is a keep. This is the Brazil sleeves. That's kind of cool. These lands look really nice too. I don't know. I really dig these though. There was, and then what the older unlands, those are on here now too. All right, Pelt Collector. We need to hit some of our removal. Thought Erasure is hopefully going to help us get there. Thought Erasure is going to take away, if they're playing red, it'll take away their Gruul Spellbreaker. It's definitely... at least this game will hit something and it'll help us surveil into our removal. Alright, cool. So we'll get to see a lot of their hand, unless they have like another Pel Collector. Maybe a Gilded Goose if they decided to play that. I don't know. Not certain. Alright, let's take a peek. Come on. Give me something good. If you control a creature with 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample whenever a creature powerful card enters the battlefield. So that's pretty good, but I think we just need to get rid of their pressure. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that, and then we don't need another land. So yeah, we'll just get rid of their pressure. We want to play a longer game, so it's fine if they want to play a longer game. They just want to hit us for 1 every turn. That's fine. Fine by me. We can shock and play Uro. Awesome. So that's going to come and help. So pay 2, we'll play Uro. We can get this Triome into play. R3. There also could be some merit behind holding the Triome so I could cycle it in a couple of turns, but now that I drew Teferi, that's going to be awesome. This is it's only a creature. You can only phase out a creature. So let's see. They have enough lands to play whatever they want. Another Pel Collector. Not threatening at all. And it also does not buff their Pel Collector, which is great. Let's go and get this Teferi down. We want to start cycling through our excess lands here. Oh, that's a great draw. We want another swamp. Or we want a forest, so... I did it again. Oh, man. I drag it and then pull it back, but all you need to do is click it and it'll go to the graveyard, so... Some user error there. So he did not play a creature to make them 2/2s, so we can just draw a card, discard a card here, and it will survive. Ooh, Embercleave. Okay, cool, so it will not survive. So we'll go ahead and discard our 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard the land that doesn't do anything. So that's okay. What do we want to do here? I mean, these cards really aren't that threatening. We can play Vraska to get rid of one of the Pel Collector that's equipped, and it's what, 3 to equip? Look, we can play Uro too. That's probably what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. Let's scry, so the card that we draw. We don't want another land. We want some more action. Let's just play Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I'll just come back.
Awesome. Put the tomb into play. Good. So this limits him to not only being attacked for 1 creature, and if his hand is probably land, and then now it's unknown. So that's the land from last turn that he was holding in hand. And then so this could be a spell. I mean, to them, hopefully it's a creature that will trigger the Uprising, and also buff his Pel Collector. So if it's a card with power 4 or greater, then that's a real good draw for them. But even then, I think I'm going to trade with my Uro. Oh, well, they're reading Uro. Yeah, because I'll trade with Uro, and then I could probably... Awesome. So they didn't even attack. Good to see. So what does that mean we want to do? Probably just want to get Nissa down. We can play Nissa and also Vraska. So we'll go Nissa, we'll make a dude. And then we can play this Vraska. We can kill that Pel Collector. Yeah, we can either pelt. Yeah, let's just destroy the Pelt Collector. Pelt Collector is destroyed. So. And then, yeah. Let's attack with both. Get to draw some more cards. I'm into that. Colossus. I'm making it. Oh, so he's gonna trade with the Uro. That's fine by me. And then, so we could play Krasis for 0. That is an option. The game says we're allowed to do it. Maybe we should do it. Okay, cool. So game 2. So what? Red-green creatures. So we definitely want Aether Gust. Definitely want Heartless Act. I think I want this Enter the God Eternals. It's a nice swingy card. And then let's get these eliminates in. And let's get rid of our top end here. Ugin, we can go ahead and shave a land. So let's go ahead and shave a Temple of Mystery. And then Tamiyo's not going to do much. So our card advantage is going to be in Uros and Teferi. So let's go ahead and get rid of both Narsets. You know what? Let's keep in the Narsets. They probably have Scavenging Ooze somewhere, so let's shave one Uro. And let's get rid of one Thought. Let's get rid of 2 Thought Erasure so we can bring back in the Uro. Perfect. Thought Erasures, like, they do a lot for us, but a good amount of the times they're gonna, when we draw them, they're gonna have no cards left in their hand or cards that we don't care about taking. So there's thought maybe we could take all 4 of them out and then put something else back in, but we can reevaluate that if we need to go to game 3. So red-green monsters. Let's see if we can defeat it. So, all right. This hand looks solid. So we have Eliminate for their Pelt Collector or their 2-drop. Cultivate into Krasis. Yeah, this hand is perfect. It's definitely, enough lands to do whatever we want with. So we can go Tomb into Island for Eliminate. Tomb into Island. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited because Double Masters releases this weekend. So we I'm going to get some friends together and we're going to draft. I was able to get a couple people interested in doing Double Masters VIP edition. And we're all going to draft that and play and see how fun that is. And what the Double Masters packs are, like $15, and then the VIP editions are like 100. So it should be exciting. It's nonetheless. All right, so they mulliganed. Awesome. So we have Eliminate for that. Let's see what else they got for us. All right. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. So that might be a little bit scarier. Yeah, let's just go ahead and eliminate the Scavenging Ooze. But they could be playing Heroic Intervention, so let's go ahead and just cast this now. And so next turn we'll get whacked for 2, but we can cast this Cultivate. Okay, cool. So that's slowing them down a little bit. Oh, we have another Eliminate. So I think we're just going to eliminate that Zertog Goblin. So the Zertog stays a 3/3. Pelt Collector might get bigger. Yeah, let's just eliminate the Pelt Collector. And then next turn we can play this Cultivate, and then the turn after that Nissa, and then Krasis. That's cool. So I made him a 3/3, so we take a little bit less damage. They're stuck on 2 lands, which is nice. Let's go ahead and Cultivate. This Aether Gust is going to come in clutch too. So let's get another. We'll get a forest and an island. Forest can go into play. Island. So, unfortunately, if we had a breeding pool, we could have Aether Gust on 1 card. So, okay, so this is a lot of damage. Okay. So, let's go ahead and play this Nissa.
We will not fail.
Play the forest, and we can untap an island.
Harness the elements.
So this means that we can play Aether Gust and block. So that isn't enough if he attacks with everything, unfortunately. So we'll see if he does decide to attack with all 3. Ooh, with all 4. I mean, there's no reason for them not to. Yeah, okay, that's it. Just a little bit too strong there. If we were on the play, things might have been a little bit different. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll just we'll ship it. Just that incidental damage and, like, you know, the insulation that Uro brings is a lot. Like that 3 life and then eventually it becoming a 6/6. This is definitely a mulligan. We can keep this. And I think we're going to pass on the Nissa because we can play a Krasis for 4. So probably on 3, we're going to cast this Uro. So we can pay 2 to leave up Aether Gust. I mean, they have a lot of 2-drops. So let's, but then we have to pay 2 for Uro as well. Yeah, but we need to be playing a spell every turn. So even though we got to shock these in. So if they play Zerta, okay, they didn't. So if they didn't play anything, so I think we can get away with letting this be tapped and then Aether Gusting whatever they play next turn, like a Gruul Spellbreaker. That's fine. Probably the worst if they go land and play Bone Crusher Giant, because then that way they get extra value out of it. But we need to keep the pressure off. So the question here is do we want to Cultivate or Uro? I think we're going to Cultivate so we can just get more. So we need these 2. Okay. So let's see what they do. We have Extinction Event if they play multiple creatures. Okay, Gruul Spellbreaker, solid choice. So we can double Uro here. I think that's what we're going to do. Gain 6 life, go up to 19. Awesome, good draw. So, with drawing that, I think we're just going to leave it up for whatever they play. Yeah, well, if they play another Gruul Spellbreaker now, so we don't want to do that. We want to just cast this other Uro, gain our 3, draw a card. And then, once again, we do not have Breeding Pool, so we cannot leave up Aether Gust. hopefully they play the Bone Crusher Giant, deal 2, and play them so that way we can get the Extinction Event to get both their creatures. Or hopefully they play a 5-drop. That would be cool too. So once again, this Extinction Event is neat, but I feel like Virtual Soot just would be better. I mean, it's double black, so that's maybe like a little bit of a hindrance, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Yeah. So hopefully they just shock us with Bone Crusher and play Bone Crusher, so that way we can play Extinction Event and 2 for 1 them, and then we get to leave up Aether Gust. That would be the best for us. Awesome. So hopefully that's what they do. Very good. Okay, great play for us. Another Extinction Event. We need to leave up those dual lands. Perfect. So these are odds. Perfect. And then if they go for a big, if they try and resolve a big spell, we have this Aether Gust. I mean, they played the Bone Crusher last turn, so what's their hand? Is it just a bunch of lands? Yeah, let's go ahead and Aether Gust this. So since it's not in play yet, it doesn't have the ability of hexproof yet, so on the stack we can target it. I probably would put it on top of the library if I was now. They put it on the bottom. Uro, he coming in. He coming in for the beats. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we'd lose the other Uro, but who cares? All right. Here we go. Did not draw land, which is fine. But oh, we got Thought Erasure to see their handful of lands. Insult to injury. All right. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna ship it to the bottom because it's another land. Ooh, land to the bottom. We can cast this and hit him with an additional 3/3. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Together we will prevail. The land shall conquer you.
And then put all these lands into play. Let's just do this now so we don't have to do it later. We'll get a forest. That way we have additional mana. And then we can play, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can play this Hydroid Krasis for 6. If I counted right. I did. Look at that. Oh, man. 2 6/6s and a 3/3. Oh, this deck is extremely powerful. Oh, look at that. Ding, 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 ding. That's awesome. All right, let's take a look at the deck. Extinction Event is cool, but every situation, it would have just felt better if it was a Ritual Soot. Let's see. What other things could we take out of this deck? So the Aether Gusts, they were relevant in most of our games. But I think that would be another shave spot if we were looking to put some other cool cards in here, like the Elder Gargaroth. So instead of like maybe the Tamiyo or like the Casualties of War, maybe shave a Casualties of War, shave a Tamiyo and the Aether Gust. You could put 4 Gargaroths in, or if you want 3 Gargaroths, like get rid of the 2 Gusts and then a Casualties. But I think this deck is pretty good where it's at. It has a lot of great cards in it. All right, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom or visit our website, www.icgstore.com. All right, thanks.